Hello, welcome back to Unfiltered Thoughts with Nanekia. Today we dive into a national crisis. Ghana is confronting a grave crisis. The escalating abuse of a potent opium known as red among its youth. This substance is wreaking havoc on the nation's future as the very individuals destined to propel Ghana forward are ensnared by addiction. Despite the presence of regulatory bodies like the Food and Drugs Authority, national security agencies, and customs, these perilous drugs continue to infiltrate our borders unchecked. This issue demands immediate and unwavering attention, as it poses a threat more severe than any recent pandemic. Red, also referred to as Red 225, is a powerful opium that has gained alarming popularity among Ghanaian youth, often dubbed the poor man's cocaine. Here in Ghana, they call it Wonim red. Its misuse leads to severe health consequences, including loss of consciousness and erratic behavior. Disturbing reports have surfaced of young individuals collapsing in public spaces due to its consumption. The surge in red addiction is not an isolated issue, but part of a broader pattern of substance abuse among Ghana's youth. Recent data indicates that approximately 13% of Ghanaians' youth consume alcohol, 17% use marijuana, and around 8% engage with hard drugs such as heroin and amphetamines. This trend is a clarion call for immediate action. A very serious action needs to be taken. Ghana is not well. So let's stop pretending as if it's okay when it's burning from the inside out. Let's stop clapping at the conferences and tweeting about GDP growth when our streets are filled with young boys collapsing, eyes rolling to the back of their heads, bodies convulsing after taking a drug we all know as red. This isn't fiction. This isn't exaggerated. This is the reality of Ghana today, and it is shameful. We've got young boys and girls who should be building the future of this country lying lifeless in the gutters. Teenagers who should be in school or chasing dreams are now chasing highs, injecting their veins with death and popping pills that rob them of their sanity. And guess what? The drug isn't hiding. It's not tucked away in some secret black market. It's right here in our communities, in our schools, on the streets, in broad daylight. And the people who are supposed to protect us, they are either blind, complicit, or just don't care. Today, we are backlashing every agency that has failed us. No filter, no softness. Because if we don't speak the raw truth, more of our youth will die and we'll keep trending tragedies instead of fixing them. Let's name names. Let's call it as it is. FDA, Food and Drugs Authority. You are supposed to be the shield, the gatekeeper, the one who stops poison from reaching the people. But all we see you do is harass women selling homemade sobolo, or chase young people selling herbal mixtures without license. Meanwhile, red is flooding the streets. How did it enter Ghana? Who signed off its entry? Who is distributing it? Why are you not doing your job, FDA? If your silence isn't due to incompetence, then maybe you are compromised. And that's even scarier, because if the institution meant to protect us is compromised, then we are all in trouble, deadly trouble. Customs, the border guardians or access pass, which one are you? What exactly are you inspecting at the borders? Because somehow cars can't pass without being torn apart for inspection. But boxes filled with opiums are sliding right in. How? Are our ports just gates for smuggling? Do you check containers or just wave them through after small brown envelopes change hands? You have turned the borders into business, and now drugs are part of the trade. To national security, I want to ask you, security for who exactly are you providing? You flex your muscles when Ghanaians protest corruption. You track citizens for speaking the truth, but you can't track the source of a drug epidemic. You can't trace who is importing, packaging, and distributing this poison. It's either you are not working or you are working for the wrong side. Because a country where national security is absent while its youth perish is a country that's already failed. Now to our political leaders, the biggest offenders, both NDC and NPP. Don't even try to wash your hands. You have both had power. You have both led this country, and you have both turned governance into theater where the real issues rot beneath your feet. You give speeches, cut ribbons, hold summits, but when it's time to deal with real threats like red, you are nowhere to be found. Why? Because drug abuse doesn't trend on your manifestos? Because it doesn't fund your campaigns? Ghana is not a political playground. It's a nation bleeding. And while you chase power, the youth you're supposed to empower are dying quietly in corners with syringes in their arms. Now, let's talk about the why. Because drugs don't just appear. Addictions doesn't just happen. It's symptoms of something bigger. And one, unemployment. Hopelessness on a national scale. You go to school, you graduate, you do your national service, and then what? Nothing. You are 28, 30, sitting at home with a degree that can't feed you. You send CVs, no response. You try starting something, the system still force you. No capital, no mentorship, no access. So you give up. You wake up and wonder what your purpose is. You want to numb the feeling of failure. That is how drugs enter. That is where red finds you. 2, education. A system that trains you for nothing. Our education system is outdated. It doesn't teach us how to live, just how to pass. It doesn't prepare us for the world, just for exams. And when reality hits, when you realize those certificates can't pay rent or feed you, you fall into depression. And what? What do people use to escape depression? Drugs. Poverty. The unforgiving monster. There are people in this country who can't eat twice a day. People who sleep with empty stomachs. Children working on the streets just to survive. In that kind of pain, drugs look like peace. Drugs look like freedom. And who can blame them when the system has offered nothing but suffering? Huh? Now let's go to parenting. Yes, nobody has ever done parenting right. But a parent that thinks friends, school should groom his or her child while he or she goes about busy, fulfilling his or her dreams or working the ass off under the bullshit that I'm working to give my children a better life. Where would that better life be given when your children are addicted to drugs and are falling into gutters? Where would that money you look for do? And who would that money save? You will end up spending it in rehabs and hospitals. So instead of presence, be presence in the life of your children. Know who their friends are, what they talk about, what they do, what do they watch, who do they follow on social media, what do they listen to? Because some of the people your children listen to, the people they have as friends, are the reason why your children are into some of these addictions. So you parents are not also out of this whole mess we are in as a country. But this episode is not just to rant, it's to fix. So here's what must be done. Now let's talk about short-term fixes. 1, raid and shut down suppliers. We all know someone is bringing this in. Start arresting. National security. Start exposing. Not the small boys selling on the streets, the big players behind the scenes. Go after them. Show us you are serious and you care about us. The big men. Because definitely, the boys selling on the street have the people behind them that are giving them these drugs. So find those that imported it into this country. Find those that distributed them. Get them arrested. Shut down their stores. Let's know you care about us. And you are not just being political puppets. Now, 2, Real drug education in schools. Forget the one time say no to drugs assemblies, please. Let's stop that. Make drug education a serious subject. Showcase the real cost, mental illness, broken homes, death. Make them understand. Show them videos of how people have gotten wasted because of drugs. Let's not lie to ourselves. Our kids are already exposed from what they are watching on TV, to what they are listening, to what their friends are doing, to what they are seeing on schools, on streets. They know the drugs. So let's take time to educate them. Let's show them videos. Let's just tell them the real dire consequences of these drugs. Let's make them understand that at the end of the day, it doesn't just ruin their future, but it cuts their lives short. 3, rehab over prison. We should stop locking up addicts like criminals. They need help. Build national rehab centers. Train counselors. Give these young people a chance to recover and reintegrate. Reintegrate them after recovery. Give them the chance to heal. Addicts are not criminals. It's the addiction that forces them to commit crimes. So instead of keeping them in the cells without any proper addiction treatment, and they will come out and do worse than they did before. Let's build national rehabs. Instead of building National Cathedral and Hajj Village and building all the religious edifices we are building. It's like every president currently wants to do something for God, Allah, whatever. That doesn't want to do something for the people that woke up at dawn to queue and cast their votes. What you can do for the youth of this country, build national rehabs. We need national rehab centers. We do not need national cathedrals. We do not need Hajj Village. We have a lot of mosques and churches in Ghana already. Give us rehab centers that will train our brothers and our sisters, that will help them heal and recover and reintegrate them. Now let's tackle the long-term strategies. 1, tackle unemployment. We need jobs, not contracts for politicians. Jobs for everyday Ghanaians. Build industries, support agriculture, promote innovation, create employment, bring up good ideas that will help the youth that want to go into self-employment, entrepreneurship. If we can't afford to give these youth public offices or government jobs, at least let's have a robust system that will support entrepreneurship so that these youth do not feel depressed after school. Now let's overhaul our education. Bring in vocational training. Teach financial literacy. Teach digital skills. Let students graduate with tools, not just paper. Ghana, we just graduate with sheet of papers. Take our degrees from us and we don't know how to do anything. Our educational system currently does not favor us. So let's talk about STEM. Let's talk about vocational institutions. Let's invest in Agric. Let's start teaching Agric in our schools. Practical teachings, tech skills, digital financial literacy. Let's teach these things so that we come out of our schools with tools, with skills, and not with just theory and a sheet of paper that when we submit and we don't see anything, we become frustrated. Now, let's build youth-focused communities. We need community centers, creative hubs, mentorship programs. Give the youth a place to belong, something to aspire to. If we don't fight now, we lose everything. Let me say this one last time. If you are in power, if you are in any position of influence, and you are not actively fighting this epidemic, then you are part of the problem. This is not about a few boys in the ghetto taking drugs. This is about the future of Ghana. If our youth are addicted, our nation is doomed. No economy, no development, no future. And to every Ghanaian, don't laugh when you see these videos. Don't repost with mockery. Don't call them nonsense boys. These are our brothers, our cousins, our future, our sisters. The dance of a madman in the market is only funny when it's not related to you. They need help, not judgment. So FDA, customs, national security, politicians, parents, teachers, pastors, imams, traditional rulers, priests, we are watching. And if you continue to fail, the next generation will not forgive you. We are tired of speeches. We want actions. Ghana is dying from within. Let's fix it before it's too late. Once again, FDA, customs, national security, politicians, people of power and influence, we are watching. Austerity will not forgive you if you don't eradicate this from our system. Ghana is dying. Seriously. This country is sick and it's getting sicker and sicker, and it's just a matter of time. We will become an illusion because we will all go into extinction. Let's fix this before it's too late. This has been Unfiltered Thoughts with Nanekia. If Ghana is still standing tomorrow, I'll be here telling the truth loudly. Until then, wake up. Ghana, wake up. Do watch this video, like, subscribe. Help me share to as many people as you can. Let's propagate. Let's heal Ghana. Let's save the future of Ghana. Let's save our youth.